Hey everybody, it's Second Chance Adventures, and this is going to be the last video of the gastric bypass adventure playlist. I just posted a video not too long ago about my experience after having a child, after having gastric bypass surgery. About a year and a half after the surgery, I had a second child, and I just kind of wanted to touch bases and kind of wrap up really quick my experience with it. So if you've had the surgery or you're going to have surgery and you're still thinking about having children and you're not too sure about what to expect, go ahead and view that video or share it with somebody you know who's in the same situation. So this video is going to be about fitness, and we're going to talk about that a little bit. When people are overweight, whether it's 5-10 pounds or 100 plus pounds, obviously nutrition and good sleep and good mental health is important for weight loss, whether you're trying to lose weight, gain muscle, help with, body pain, whatever. But the heavier you are, obviously the harder it is because it's more weight you have to, use as you're doing whatever you're doing, walking, the bike, exercise videos, lifting weights, whatever it might be. The heavier you are, the harder it is. Plus, you get tired easier, you get sore faster, and you stay sore longer, at least in my experience and a lot of people I know. Before surgery, I tried so many times to lose weight. There's so many times where we go on a diet, we say, I'm going to start this diet, and I'm going to eat better, and I'm going to exercise more. And let's just be honest, it doesn't last very long because it just feels like you put in months and months and months of work and exercising, and you really try to dedicate to it, and it just seems like you lose. And it's frustrating. And then it just makes you feel like you're not doing good enough and nothing's ever going to work, and you're just going to be fat the rest of your life and just accept it. And, life is terrible as it is, so what's the difference? We've all been there. Come on, let's just be honest. When I would try to exercise, it would be where I would put in, a few days, and then for it seemed like a week or so, I would be so sore. Because when you're, close to 400 pounds, what do you expect? It's a lot of weight on your legs, it's a lot of weight on your knees and your back and everything like that. So it's to be expected, and then it kind of delays you, and then you think, why even bother? It's only been a couple days, and I'm already on the ground or in my bed, sore, can't get up, can't walk. It's happened. When it comes to me and exercising, I don't like to do stuff at home. I like going to the gym. I don't know why. I like doing stuff at the gym more than home. Um, but that's just me, and some people like to do stuff at home. Some people like to exercise while working, like doing yard work or volunteering to help somebody do their yard work, which that is like the absolute last for me. I hate yard work. I would rather do 8 hours of work in the house than an hour of yard work. I don't know why. I hate yard work. Um, it does help burn a lot of calories, though. I won't lie, it will. But I just hate it. I hate it so much. Like I said, I'm more of a go to the gym kind of person, but that takes so much time and it costs too much. Going to the gym is expensive, and when you have now 2 kids or you're married, who has the time to do that? Unless you go somewhere like Planet Fitness where it's open 24 hours a day. If you're single, sure, it might be easier, but again, you're married, have 2 kids, it's just not going to happen. um, I like going to the gym, and I like to use like at Planet Fitness. I liked Planet Fitness a lot better than the YMCA, and that's only because they're open 24 hours a day. Um, and it doesn't cost as much as the YMCA. Um, I like using weights more than anything. And you would think, well, yeah, because if you're really overweight, who wants to be on the treadmill or an elliptical? And it's really not that. It's just because I always liked lifting weights because it always made me feel more powerful. It made me feel like I was wanting to do more, and it kind of motivated me, And I'm more into muscle than, looking flat personally. So it just made me happier. And I just like the idea of being strong, but it takes a lot of cardio to lose weight too. Um, Now, at home, the only reason why I would ever want to do something at home when it comes to exercising is because I don't have people staring at me or possibly staring at me or me feeling intimidated by other people. It does happen. There are bullies at the gym. There have been a few times where I would go to the gym and it would usually be guys that were harassing me. You would think it was girls, but actually it was guys doing it. Um, like one time in particular, I went to Planet Fitness with a coworker of mine. We went for about, I don't know, 8, 9 months. It seemed like 4 or 5 times a week, close to a year. And we did actually do pretty good. We both improved in some things. He lost a lot of weight, which I'm really glad for. Um, but we would go after work. We both worked in the same department, and we would get off at 9 o'clock, and we would get there about, I don't know, 9:30 or so. And we would stay till about midnight a few times a week. Um, Take a shower and go home, do whatever, go back to work. But I was there one day, and these group of guys, they were friends, and I was trying to lift weights. I was doing some squats while holding weights and just trying to work on balancing as I'm going down and just trying to keep it straight and steady and not shaking, and working on breathing. And somebody had come up and was kind of like laughing, but not laughing loud enough, but kind of like laughing to try to get my attention to irritate me. And I'm just thinking, what are you doing, dude? But I'm like, you know what, whatever, you're not worth my time right now. I have way more important things to do than worry about you. Okay. So I'm over here lifting weights, and what's interesting is like, there's multiple sets of the same, weights. It's like, go get another set. If you want to use the ones I want, go get the other set. You don't need to wait for the ones that I'm using. Obviously, you're here to try to irritate me and make me mad. I'm not going to let you do that. So what happened was I was working on, sorry, I'm moving a little bit here. I was working on, like I said, squatting and working on breathing as I'm slowly coming up, slowly coming down. It's kind of work on balance and strengthening in my legs. Um, then this guy happened to come by me and say, don't fall down, don't fall down, and you would think, what are you doing? You're not just saying that, you're saying that because I'm fat, and obviously that's a fat joke, dude. So I asked him, like, do you have a problem? Do you have a problem with me? Are you threatened by me? And that way you're trying to irritate me or something? You're like, what are you talking about? I'm like, well, you've been over here, snickering at me, and you're telling me don't fall down, and I know what you're trying to say. I'm not stupid. I've heard fat jokes my whole life. I'm not stupid. It doesn't take rocket science to figure out what you're trying to say and what you're trying to do. I said, so if you have some kind of problem, do you want to step outside and talk about it? And he's looking at me like, oh, well, nobody's ever talked to me like that. And I said, just by your reaction, it's obvious that nobody's ever, you know, clap back at you. So here I am doing it now. Obviously, you have a problem. You feel intimidated or threatened by me. So whatever it is, you need to tell me so we can work it out. Because I have stuff to do right now. Obviously, you don't, and that's why you're messing with me. But don't come over here and try to disturb me right now. Because I'm busy. Okay? Um, and he's just looking at his friends like, who's she talking to? And at this point, I'm like, you know what? This is devil stuff. This is what you're trying to make me mad. And, I'm a religious person. Like, you're trying to make me mad. I don't know if that's just you or is that Satan doing that to you, but you need to go. I'm going to get some Raid and spray you down because you're a bug in my face. You need to go away. Yeah, a lot of times bullying happens, in the gym. And eventually, one of his friends came back a little bit later and he's like apologizing for his friend. And it's like, okay, I appreciate you doing that, but obviously you need some new friends because you seem like a nice person. Why are you hanging around with somebody like that? If you're going to hang around with somebody like that, try to help them improve themselves because that was just ugly. That is very unattractive. You might be the best looking person in the world, but if you have an ugly personality, I don't want nothing to do with you, really. You need to go away. I don't need this. Um, so basically, after that, the first guy comes back, and he's trying to get all smart with me, like, do you have a problem with me? And at that point, I pretty much said, let me tell you something. We're both here. We both have something to do in this gym, whether it's on a machine, lifting weights, using a yoga ball, jump ropes, whatever it might be. But if you really stop and think about it, you know, the way he was physically, he was pretty good shape. I must give him that. He did pretty good. I said, take a look at you and take a look at me. You are skinny. You have muscles. You look good. I am overweight. I have very little muscle. I have a lot of body pain. I have a lot of, things that I need to improve. So, really, the only person that really needs to be here, obviously, is me, not you, because you are obviously accomplished and done with what you need to do because you look good and you're flat stomach and have abs and have nice arms. Great, good for you, and I applaud you for that. You shows you have dedication. So, really, if anything needs to happen, maybe you need to leave because you're done here. I'm not, and you're just here trying to irritate me and be ugly. Yeah, it happens. So that was just kind of a story of the only reason why I would not want to go to a gym, but I can handle these kind of things. And unfortunately, some people cannot. They, you know, fall down under peer pressure or bullying or harassment. And I'm not dogging on anybody, but that's a big reason why people don't want to go to the gym. Some people will go to the gym knowing they look so good and they're skinny and they got muscle and they have a cute figure and they got the bubble butt and all that. And they'll wear like short, revealing clothes and make it very obvious of the look at me, look at me, look at me. And it's like, okay, it looks great and all, but there are some people who have serious body image issues. And in a way, you're actually making them feel worse because maybe they don't look as good as you. Maybe they don't feel as good as you. There are some people that honestly look really good and who are really healthy who still have body imaging issues. It happens. It really does. And there are some people that are obviously extremely unhealthy and extremely overweight that are very happy with the way they look. And that's you. Cool. Not me, though. Um, but those are just some reasons why people don't want to go to the gym. And believe me, I get it. Bullying can really destroy somebody. And it's really sad how often it happens. And when you think of bullying, you think of like little school children, but so many times it's adults. It's like, really? Grow up. If you are so miserable with yourself and your life that you have to put it on other people, like at a gym who are trying to lose the weight, who are trying to accomplish goals, like you need some help. You need help because people who go to the gym who are obviously extremely overweight and have body issues and who are sick, who need to lose weight because they might be close to death and weight loss will be what saves them. It takes a lot to be able to overcome yourself and your emotions and your mental health to even step foot in the gym. It takes courage, and people want to bully them and bring them down like that. That's just terrible. If you have ever experienced that, I am so, so sorry. I've experienced that at school, church, gyms, meetings, academic situations. I've experienced that in work situations. It's a terrible thing, and I am so sorry that you've ever experienced that. But just know that if you have that, even just a small spark of wanting to go to a gym to change yourself, take it and run. Run with it on that treadmill. Run and paddle it on that bike. Whatever you need to do. Don't let people bully you. And it's a lot easier said than done. But you know what? It's not worth your time, honey. It's not. Well, anyways, I kind of got off subject a little bit. As of right now, as you guys know, I do have 2 children now, so going to the gym is not really an option. So here's something else. Have you guys ever heard of something called T25? It's by a company called Beachbody, and the person who does it, his name is Shaun T. And I got T25 before I had surgery. And when you're close to 400 pounds, doing something like T25 is extremely difficult. Even for skinny people, it's hard to do. But I had enough confidence in myself to at least try. And the most I did was 9 days. And you think 9 days, like, oh, that's not very much. But there's some people that don't even go through the first day and they give up. I mean, 9 days, okay, cool, good job for you. But it would just hurt so much, and man, I would be in so much pain and think, man, I can't do this anymore. This hurts too much. And I tried it multiple times. It's a 5-week program, and you have the alpha phase for 5 weeks, or I should say 10-week program. I'm sorry, and then another 5 weeks is for beta. Is what it looks like. You have different discs and stuff. My favorite one is in the beta. It's called Upper Focus. And, that's just because I like lifting weights. A lot of it's to do with weights and working on muscles up here. The one I did not like is the ab interval, and that's because when you're 400 pounds and you've had back pain since you were like in second grade, and you've had damage done, and something is obviously extremely wrong. The last thing you want to do to exercise is get on and off the floor on your back, your back, your back, your back. It's just not easy. Even if a skinny person with really bad back issues, it wouldn't be so easy. But I still try and do it anyways. After having gastric bypass surgery, I've lost over 120 pounds now in almost a year and a half, which is a lot. But I have about 60 pounds to go. And I'm kind of at a stall right now. So this is another reason why I'm wanting to include exercise, because I kind of need that refire up in my body. I feel like I'm in a stall and it's not doing anything now, and I don't want it to stop. I want to keep going, and I also want to, exercise and improve strength, mobility, my joint health, and try to reduce inflammation that's in my body, and, things like that. And just to feel good. Exercising makes you feel so good. It really does. People see exercising like it has to just be this chore, like raking the leaves or, installing stuff, around the house, and it just feels like a pain to do, when it should just be something because it just feels good. People have the wrong idea about that, and that's something I've learned after having surgery. It's just the way you view it. It's like doing your house chores. You could say, man, I have to do dishes, and I gotta vacuum, and I gotta wash the windows, and it's such a chore, and I just don't want to do it because it sucks. Instead, you should see it as, oh yeah, there's some dishes I need to patch up, and there's a couple spots on that window that needs to be wiped off, and I just need to give it a quick vacuum, and it'll be nice and clean, and it'll smell good again, and it'll look nice, and I'll be ready for company. It should be more like that when it comes to exercise, but unfortunately, people just see it as just this negative, dragging thing that just has to do. And I'm guilty of that. I am so guilty of that. I spent a lot of years feeling that way, like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to get on this treadmill. It's going to take 30 minutes out of my life. I'm going to get hot. I'm going to get sweaty. And there's other things I'd rather be doing. Naughty girl. So I'm going to start doing the T25. They're a 10-week program. And what I'm wanting to do is, after each 10 weeks, I want to make an update on how much weight I lost in the 10 weeks. Maybe even do some measurings. Take some before and after pictures, and just kind of, let you guys know after each 10 weeks how I'm doing, along with the eating as well. Because, when you exercise a lot, you get hungry because you're burning a lot of calories, and that can be kind of a tricky thing too. Well, I'm exercising a lot, so I really need to eat a lot too to get energy. And it's like, me personally, I don't know about that because, I'm not an expert. I'm really not. Maybe everything I'm saying is wrong. Who knows? But I'm just telling you what I think. And I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments below. I would be willing to learn, be educated. Tell me. But people think, at least in my experience, people tell me all the time, yeah, if you're going to do all this exercising, make sure you eat plenty to replenish yourself. And it's like, yeah, but replenish not just because of your eating, not just to eat. Especially now after surgery when your stomach's only yay big, you can only put so much in there, and whatever goes in there, I want to make sure it's the healthiest option. So, I don't know. We'll just see what happens. And of course, the first few days I'm going to be really sore, and it's to be expected. But compared to being almost 400 pounds in the past, it's going to be I think it's going to be a lot easier doing these videos. Because, there's 120 pounds or so that's not on my body that I don't have to use to jump with and land on my knees for. 120 pounds that I don't have to lift with my legs or crunch with my stomach or anything like that. Because that's a lot of weight to carry and have to jump and land on your bones and stuff. That's a lot of pressure. It really is. So it should be a little bit easier. I'm not saying it's going to be the easiest because, if it's so easy, then obviously it's not challenging enough, and then you're not gaining anything. you know, because you need to challenge yourself to gain something. If you're just doing something that you can do and it's so easy, you're not learning, you're not growing, you're not achieving anything. And that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to achieve, so I need something to challenge myself with. So we're just going to start with Beachbody. I would love to meet Shanti someday. That would be so awesome. I like Shanti. You know, I follow him on Facebook, and you know, I like to listen to his motivating talks. He has a lot of positive posts. You know, he smiles a lot. Um, I like him. I think he's really cool. So, hey Shanti, if you ever see this someday, that's the maintenance guys. I apologize. I forgot they were out there. If you ever happen to see this day, Shanti, you know, hit your girl up real quick. I would love to see you someday. I would love to just sit down and talk to you someday. That would be really nice. But anyways, thank you for watching this video. I'm actually getting ready to go do this right now. Today is day 1. So I will talk to you guys later and have a good rest of the day. Bye!